Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube Channel. Good morning. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification or the bell button so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or in the internet. In the last episode of Know Your Body segment, we spoke about brain and its connection with the emotion of anger, focusing on the question, where in the brain anger originates. In this episode, we speak about the relation between brain and the emotion of anger, focusing on the question, how anger impacts the brain. As we saw in the last video, anger originates in your brain, particularly in your amygdala, and experienced and localized in the liver and gallbladder. In real life, confronted with a situation of threat, anger can be a good thing, as it channels our body to deal with the physical danger. However, constant and persistent nurturing of anger will not only affect your liver and gallbladder, but also can adversely impact your brain. Let us spell out some effects of anger on the brain. Firstly, constant and persistent anger causes the release of hormones such as the cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline by the adrenaline glands. Of these three hormones, the excess presence of cortisol in the brain, particularly in the organs of the limbic region, affects their health and functions. Increase of cortisol causes neurons to accept large amounts of calcium through their membranes. An overload of calcium can make cells to fire too frequently, which in turn can lead to death of brain cells. Your hippocampi and the prefrontal cortex are particularly vulnerable to cortisol and its negative effects. Increased and constant presence of cortisol in the prefrontal cortex can cause neuron deaths in this vital organ and suppression of its activity and functioning. Suppressed activity in the prefrontal cortex can prevent you from using your best judgment. Hence, an overload of cortisol in the prefrontal cortex keeps you from making good decisions and planning for the future. Likewise, increased levels of cortisol in your hippocampi kill neurons in these vital organs and prevent the creation of new neurons, thereby suppressing the activity of your hippocampi. Suppressed activity in the hippocampi weakens your short-term memory and prevents you from forming new memories properly. Thus, you can quickly forget what you have said a few minutes before. Similarly, increased levels of cortisol decreases the levels of serotonin, a hormone that is vital for making you experience happiness. A decrease in the levels of serotonin makes you feel anger and pain more easily. Besides, it can also lead to aggressive behavior, and over a period of time, it can cause depression. Secondly, researchers have shown that nurturing constant and persistent anger leads to abnormal blood flow in certain parts of the brain, namely lower levels of blood flow in the limbic region, basal ganglia, frontal lobe, and parietal lobe, while higher levels of blood flow within the bilateral occipital lobes. Lower levels of blood flow in the limbic region will lead to experiencing other emotions such as fear, worry, depression, and the like, besides experiencing the emotion of anger. In addition, it can lead to anxiety disorders and the creation of many psychiatric symptoms. Lower levels of blood flow within the basal ganglia will slow down a person's ability to be moving regularly and smoothly and make him feel disoriented. Thus, he may find it difficult to make simple movement such as even writing and walking. Lower levels of blood flow in the frontal lobe will negatively affect the higher order cognitive functions, such as the maintenance of attention and impulse control. A person lacking in impulse control may react aggressively and manifest behavioral outbursts. Lower levels of blood flow in the parietal lobe may lead to difficulty with following rules and doing tasks involving visual spatial dimensions, such as driving. Hence, a person with this disability is more likely to experience road rage and get into road accidents. He also may have difficulty following rules in school and work settings, leading to poorer performances. Higher levels of blood flow in the bilateral occipital lobes may lead to abnormal uses of emotional imagery, which can make a person hyper-vigilant to visual stimuli related to anger-inducing situation, leading to be fearful, overcautious, over-anxious, and paranoid about any situation of threat. Thus, people having higher levels of anger whose brains are affected by anger, besides experiencing behavioral outbursts and aggression in reaction to anger, also experience cognitive deficiencies, difficulties in making right decisions, and problems with their memory. They can also experience fear, worry, and depression, experience anxiety disorders, manifest psychiatric symptoms, and display overcautious and paranoid conditions. All these conditions, when sustained by prolonged and repressed anger, can lead to many mental illnesses. Similarly, many of these psychic and emotional states induced by high levels of prolonged and repressed anger can have significant impact on the body and its other vital organs, leading to heart attacks, strokes, hardening of arteries, hypertension, high blood pressure, change in heart rates, problems relating to metabolism, weakening of muscles, and respiratory problems. Thus, prolonged and persistent anger, by affecting the brain adversely, leads to both many physical and mental illnesses. Holding out your anger is as bad as lashing out with your anger. Hence, the need to stop getting angry, or at least reduce the intensity of anger in a conflict situation. Here are a few tips that might be useful. Firstly, learn to calm yourself down regularly. Calming you down calls for some quiet time for yourself daily, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Find a method that helps you to calm down. Meditation, practicing deep breathing, taking a nature walk, listening to your favorite music, or praying to the divine you believe in. Secondly, learn to talk about the issue of conflict calmly. From your past experience, you know that getting angry with the other has not solved any problem. Rather, it has only destroyed peace. Maybe others will be more receptive if you talk with them calmly. Calm conversation can lead to deeper communication, better understanding, mutual respect, and greater love. So take this first simple step. You will soon realize that this is much better than angry exchanges. Thirdly, learn to deal with disappointing issues without anger. Make a list of frustrating and disappointing issues that makes you angry. Think about each of the issues. Ask yourself if it is worth wasting your energy by getting angry about them. This mental preparation and planning would help you to address the issue of conflict without an explosion of anger. This practice over a period of time would help you to deal with frustrating situations without undue anger. Fourthly, learn to live without undue expectation from others. Often, what makes you angry is that others do not live up to your expectation. Instead, know what others are capable of giving at a particular time. Stand by them and help them to rise up to the level you expect of them. Here, instead of asking them to jump up to your level, you journey with them to the highest level of growth they can reach. You become a person of character instead of being an angry person and help others. They will be grateful to you. Fifthly, let go relationships that do not help and make you toxic. Not every relationship helps you. Know the relationship that make you angry in your present situation. Take every step to make it right. If it does not work, move on. Spend time with happy people who send out a positive aura rather than negativity. This would help you to be a less angry person. Finally, learn to reflect on your situation of anger. Think about the situations that make you angry. Ask yourself why you are angry. What is the source of your anger? What are you angry about? And why do these situations make you angry? Find out if you can react to these frustrating situations without anger. Such a reflection would give you a greater insight into the reality of anger you are struggling with. Seek help from others if you need help. Over a period of time, this type of self reflection and support from others would make you a calmer person. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.